everyone, my name is Maylin and I'm going to present about my math big project. So the title is Water Fountain and the Rainbow Parabola. It's High School Math 2. This is my content table. So it is like the brief intro. So in this project, I have to find the equation that will match with my parabola, which is the rainbow and water fountain that I choose. So I have to find the height and distance and the x coordinate or vertex to find the parabola. So I have to solve everything to find the equation to fit with my parabola and the parabola that will fit with my pictures. So this is parabola, my email, quarter two, big project, high school math 2. Yeah, examiner, supervisor name, and the address, date, and the keyword is parabola in Niva International School. So my introduction. So in this project, I had to find the equation that will match with my water fountain and rainbow. To and the equation that I use is quadratic equation. Also, I had to know how to factorize because I had to because the factorize is the part of the equation that I have to do to find my parabola. Yeah, so the interesting thing about this is if you just know the height and the distance, which is y coordinate and 2x intercept, then you can solve the thing and find the parabola that you wanna find. Yeah, so parabola is like everywhere around us, even when we play sport, the dolphin jump or the instrument park. So it will be cool and that we understand and know how to create them. So what I choose in this project is I want to find the parabola of water fountain and the rainbow. Why I choose water fountain? Because I can use it in the future. Maybe I want to like create my own water fountain. So I had to do because I already know how to create it by use the quadratic equation. Yeah. So, and how about rainbow? I want to do this because I can use it in animation or create rainbow in the program. Yeah. If we have the equation, we can build the rainbow in animation. My objective is uh, to know and understand how to find a parabola by quadratic equation and it can apply to real life. In this project, I had to create and measure the coordinate because the coordinate of vertex, yeah, sorry, the coordinate of vertex x and y is really important because it's the point to find the parabola. Yeah. So the limitation is I don't know the height and distance of the rainbow, so I have to create the coordinate and make sure it's gonna match with my parabola. And another thing is in this equation, I can just use this equation in my rainbow and the water fountain pictures because like it's depend on the picture that you wanna find. Because I find like the water fountain and the equation of this water fountain is can use just for only this water fountain. It depends on pictures than the thing that I wanna find. So the problem in this is I wanna know the my water fountain equation will be fit with my swimming pool or not, and I had to make sure that the height and the distance will fit with my swimming pool too. This is my method. For phase 1, I had to find the equation that will match with parabola as I said, which is water arc 1, the parabola height 2.5 meter, and the distance is 4.5 meters, and this is water arc B, parabola jet height 0.5, and the distance is 1 meter. So the equation that I use quadratic equation is this one. Then I have to factorize, like I said, is a part of this. I have to factorize into this form. So, as you know, m is the beginning of the distance and n is the end of distance. For m and n, we use in this form. So for the water arc A, they already told us y coordinate of vertex is 2.5 because they already told us the height because the height is 2.5 meters. Yeah, so that is y coordinate of vertex. But we have but we also have to find x coordinate of vertex because we doesn't know it yet. So we have to adding two x-intercept together and divided by 2. And the two x-intercept is the distance, the two distance that you have. The 0 is the beginning of the distance and 4.5 is the end of the distance. Then you divide it by 2. It's gonna be like this and is we're gonna equal to 2.25. Now I already know my y coordinate of vertex, sorry, x coordinate of vertex. So yeah, but I still don't know a yet because in the equation we have to find a. We already like summarize everything, simplify everything, just a because we have a left. Yeah. So we have to find a to find parabola. So I input everything in my equation and it's going to be like this. But we still have a, you see. So then will simplify it together. It's going to be like this. You simplify this, minus, minus, and you're going to get this. So next step is I have to multiply the number together. So it will be 2.5 equal to minus 5.0625a because I have to multiply 2.25 to minus 2.25, so it's gonna be equal to this. So how to get rid out of minus 5.0625 by we have to divide to both sides like this to get rid out of this. So we're gonna get a in one side because we do like this. To get a in one side, we have to get rid out of that thing. And now you simplified it by divide, and you're gonna get a equal to minus 0.4938. Yeah. So next step is I have to input a in my equation, and the equation is this. Same the first one that we have is this this one. So we already know m and n, so it's 0 and 455. And we already know a, so the a is this, the answer that we get. Now we simplified to y equal to minus 0.4938 blanket x squared minus 4.5x blanket. Yeah. So by we multiplied this inside, yeah, when we're gonna get this, and then we multiplied minus 0.4938 inside the term. So this we multiply into this, to this, and to this. So and my parabola is this. Yeah. So we do the same thing as the water arc B and the graph we can use in Desmos to find the graph. Yeah. For phase 2, I had to create my own coordinate of vertex for my two picture is water fountain and the rainbow. My water fountain have 3.8 meter height is y coordinate because height is the y coordinate. And 5.3 as a distance is x-intercept. I want to find parabola, I use the quadratic equation like x8. So the beginning of the distance is 0 and the end of the distance is 5.3. So we have to find a coordinate of vertex by adding 2x-intercept and divided by 2, and it's gonna equal to 2.65 because we're adding 0 and 5.3 and then we divide by 2 and we're gonna get this. Next step, we put everything in the equation and solve it. You can use the same method as a phase 1, then you will get A. Now we input A in the equation and you will get an parabola. Yeah, so I get my parabola is this one. This is my parabola. You're gonna see clear in the result. Yeah. So another one is the rainbow. Oh, this one I have to create my own coordinate because I don't know the height and the distance. So I have to create the coordinate, which is 7.05 kilometer height. Yeah, and 30.6 kilometer for the distance. The beginning of the distance is 0 and the end of the distance is 30.6. So the y coordinate of vertex is 6.09 and the x coordinate of vertex is 0 plus 30.6 divided by 2. Like I said, the beginning and the end plus and then divided by 2. It's gonna be equal to 15.3. So next step is we input everything in the equation and we simplify to get A, and then we're gonna equal to minus 0.03. Now this is A, we find A already, and we input A in the equation and then you will get parabola, and my parabola is this. Woo. And for B sections, I have to simulate my water fountain with my swimming pool to see that it fits with my swimming pool or not by using equation. This is the result. Phase 1 that I said. This is water arc 1. This is water arc B. Find the equation that will match is those parabola. So for water arc A, this is quadratic from equation, and then we factorize into this. M is equal to 0 and N is equal to 4.5 because the distance is 4.5 and the y coordinate of vertex is 2.5 because it's the height. And the x vertex is we have to add 2x-intercept and divide it by 2 and we're gonna get this. Now we input everything that we know. Now we know that the beginning of the distance is 0, right? And the end of the distance is 4.5. And now we're gonna get, and this is y. So we already know the y. Y is 2.5 is here. Y vertex. And we simplified everything by minus this. We're gonna get this and this. So 2.5 equal to minus 5.0625a. To get rid of this, we have to adding two sides. And then we divide this and we're gonna have only one a in one side. And then you divide two of this and you're gonna get this answers. So now we already know A, we input A in the equation. So we input A here. And now we multiply this. So it's gonna be this and this. Yeah, this, and this, and this. So we multiply x in x, it's gonna be x squared, and x into multiply to 4.5, and it's gonna be 4.5x. 0 is nothing because it's 0. It's gonna be lost. It cannot find. So y is will equal to minus 0.4938 x squared and plus 2.222 my parabola. So for water arc B, we factorizing into this. M is 0 and N is equal to 1. So the vertex, the y vertex is 0.5 because 0.5 is the height. And the x vertex is 0 plus 1 divided by 2 is going to equal to 0.5. And we input everything in the equation. And now you simplify, and you're gonna get this. Then you have to get rid out of 0.25 to get a on one side. Now you get a on one side, and a is gonna equal to minus 2. So we input a in equation, and we multiply it inside. X multiply x is x squared, x multiply 1 is x 1x. So this is my parabola, and this is graph. We graph them in decimals. So put this in, and it's gonna show you your water fountain. This is for arc A, and this is for arc B. So for phase 2, picture of my water fountain is 2.8 height and 5.3 height. 5.3 distance. I use the quadratic equation to find. Same as the phase 1. We factorize into this, and m is the beginning is 0 and n is the end is 5.3. So the y coordinate of vertex is 3.8 and the x coordinate of vertex is 2.65. Now we input everything in equation and simplified, and we're gonna get this, and we have to get rid of this by divided. Add into both sides and divide this, and we're gonna get a in one side, and we're gonna get our answers. So we input a in equation, and it's gonna be like this. You multiply x into this, so it's gonna be x multiply x is gonna be x squared, and x multiplied 5.3 is gonna be 5.3x. And this is my parabola. So come look at my pictures, and this is my water fountain parabola. Yeah, like this. Wow, isn't that? Yeah. So, and another one is the rainbow. The height is 7.05 and the distance is 30.6 kilometers. So, as the same, I use quadratic equation and we factorize. M is 0 and N is 30.6. So the y coordinate of vertex is 7.05 and the x coordinate of vertex is 15.3. Now we know, and then we input the m and n that we already know is this and this. So we simplified everything. Yeah, and you're gonna get a is equal to minus 0.03. So we input an equation and we solve it with this and simplify. And this is my parabola. This is my parabola of the rainbow. Woo! This is my rainbow. And this, the black one is parabola. Yeah. For the section B, now the I have to find the equation of water arc or anything that I want, but in this I have to find the water arc for my swimming pool. So this is the swimming pool that I'm gonna put now my water arc in. It's gonna be like nice swimming pool with a water arc. So after I have found equation, I use my equation to simulate water fountain to fit with my swimming pool. to decorate my swimming pool. Yeah. So the equation that I use is this one, and this is my water fountain that I'm gonna use with my swimming pool, and it's fit on my swimming pool. Nice. This is discussion. The discussion. Uh, as you know, I do the rainbow, right? So this is the parabola of my rainbow, and this is the height and the distance. Actually, the rainbow shape is circle, but you see the rainbow as the arc or parabola because the center of the circle is where the shadow of your head would be with the sun behind you. And the position that we stood is on the ground, and we just can only see like the lower half of the circle. And also we see in the arc because the horizon cut off the rays of the rainbow. Sorry, the circle. Yeah. So we can use the relationship between width and height to find the radius of the circle. Not just like we know the height and the width. You can just find only the parabola. No, you can find like the radius. Yeah. So just only width and height, you can come up with the whole circle. Yeah, that is amazing. For example, my rainbow has 7.05 kilometer height and 30.6 kilometer width, and yeah. So to find this, I use this to find the radius equal to height over 2 plus width squared over 8 height. Yeah, so I input everything. And so my radius is 20.20 kilometers. So yeah, it's the shape of the rainbow circle. So the conclusion, so in this project is all about the quadratic equation, how to find the equation that use only x-intercept and the height. Then you can like easily find the parabola to match with the thing that you want to match with. So in this big project, the thing that I choose is water fountain and a rainbow. I have to find the height and the distance, which is 2 x-intercept and y-coordinate over text. And in the case, if you don't know, yeah, but if you know the height and the distance, it already told you the y-coordinate over text and the x-intercept. Also, we will have to find more x-coordinate of vertex by using 2 x-intercept divided by 2, adding 2 x-intercept and divided by 2 to find it. Yeah, to get the parabola. Yeah. So in the entire thing, you can create your own parabola and by using the height and the distance. Yeah. So now is for standard. Standard A point SSE2. What did you learn? So what we learn is we write the formula in the different way, but we still get the same answers. So how did you know you learn it? I can explain all the standard. So this is quadratic equations. We rewrite it into this form. Same in the big project that we use. Yeah. So this is like the different formula, but we still get the same answers. Or 3x squared minus 2, 12x, and we recognize 2, 3x blanket x minus 4 blanket. Because 3x times x is gonna be 3x squared, and 3x times 4 is gonna be 12x. So we will get 3x squared minus 12x because we multiplying this inside this. Yeah. So Why why do we have to learn this? Because the algebra is the essential for any study of math, yeah, mathematical, the science or engineering, and is applied into life such as medicine and economic. Yeah. So for ASSE point 3A standard, we learn the okay for A point SSE 3A and ASSE 3B and ASSE 3C is the similar thing, so I'm gonna read it in here. So what did we learn in this three standard? Okay, we factorizing the formula to we will the zero in the function and we will the minimum and or maximum, and we use exponential function to transform expression. Yeah. So how did you know you learn it? So I can explain all the standard. So for 3A, this is quadratic expression x squared minus 3x minus 40, and we factorize to this because when 5 times minus 8 we will get minus 40, right? And when we plus 5 and minus 8 you're gonna get minus 3. So when you times 5 and minus 8 you're gonna get minus 40, and when you like minus 2 of this thing and you're gonna get minus 3. So we will get to this x plus 5 and x minus 8. So we put 0 to find the x-intercept, and then you will get the x-intercept. So look, the x plus 5, you put it equal to 0 like the standard said, and then you switch the 5 into another side, change the plus to the minus, and you're gonna get this. And this is the x-intercept that we get. Do the same thing as another term is x minus 8, and you change the side, it's gonna find x-intercept. So our x-intercept is minus 5 and 8. For ASSE 3B, how do you know you learn it? I can explain or stand that. So this one is like computing the squared and quadratic expression. So y y equal to minus x squared minus 5x plus 6. Y equal to, because we have like minus in front of, so we have to put blanket to separate that. So this we put minus in front, and then we have to change the sign inside, like we have to multiply like x inside, sorry, the minus inside. So x is gonna change to plus, and x, no, sorry, minus is gonna change to plus, and minus is gonna change to this, minus is gonna change to plus, and this plus is gonna change to minus. So we're gonna get this. Now we change the side. We change x, sorry, minus 6. We change to another side, is it's gonna be plus 6, equal to the same that we get is here. So now we're gonna do computing the square. 5x, so 5 divided by 2 square, yeah, it's gonna be like this. 5 divided by 2 and then square. Now we're gonna get 25 over 4, then we add it in both sides. We get 25 over 4 and we added both sides, it's gonna be like this. So then we simplified and we're gonna get 49 over 4, and we have to make the base in the same 4, so we, yeah, and this side we use this because this we already find like the middle is this one. So we use this one because when we use this one we're gonna get this one. So now we use this one. And then you find x and y. Yeah. So this side you're gonna find y this side. So you use this as we get equal to 0, and then you switch the side. Switch 49 over 4 to another side is gonna be minus 49 over 4. And another one is x-intercept is we use this one, x plus 5 over 2 equal to 0. So x equal to minus 5 over 2, we switch the side and change the plus to minus. Yeah. So y is going the y-intercept is gonna be minus 49 over 4, and for x is gonna be minus 5 over 2. For a SSE 3a, this is exponential. Yeah. So I can explain all this and that. This is how do I know I learn it. And if you if okay, this is the question. If you deposit 4,000 into an account paying 9% annual interest, okay, compound monthly, how long until there is 10,000 in the account? So PV is the past value is 4,000, and FV is future value is 10,000. So R is like the rate, so it's 9%, and N is 12 months. Now we want to find T because they're asking us how long until there is. So how long is T? You can find T by using exponential function. F V equal to PV, and 1 is always be 1 plus R over N T point N. So we already know FV, right? FV is 10,000 and PV is 4,000. Once do the same, we plus R. We already know R, which we change R into the 100. Yeah, of the divided by 100, and we're gonna get like the 0.09 over 12, and 12.3 is 12 times 3. Yeah. So we're gonna get this when we simplify in this. So we change the side, change this to another side, and move this to another side. So 10,000 is gonna be over 4,000. So we simplified, gonna get 2.5. So as we know, T is 10.22, so is 10.2 years. Yeah, but we have to use calculator for this one. So why do you have to learn this 3D standard? Because it's application in life such as the business, because the y-intercept is like sorry, because the we can use this in business to find, because the reverse and zero is the first thing or the basic thing that you can find the maximum and minimum, because it's x-intercept, like, right? And exponential function we can use such as the model social and yeah, scarce, scientific, sorry, or personal finance situations. Yeah. Next standard is A.APR1. What did we learn? We use polynomial in to simplify to quadratic. Yeah. So I can explain all this. So P and Q are the polynomial where is P equal to minus 3x squared plus 2x plus 5 and Q is equal to minus 3x minus 7. So if the question is P plus Q, it means like you have to plus polynomial P of P and Q, and it's gonna be like this. This is polynomial of P and plus 2 polynomial of Q. So I'm gonna put this to make it more understand. Yeah, it's gonna be like 2 and plus. So the way to get rid out of negative in front of x is we have to time negative with in all the term that you get. Yeah, so it's gonna be like opposite sign and you get rid of negative. So it's gonna be 3x. Oh, sorry. So I had none. Sorry. Okay, so in this one, it's gonna be because we have the negative in front, so we have to like put negative, so it's gonna be opposite sign. Sorry for all mistake. So if so 3x squared minus 2x minus 5 minus 3x and minus 7 because in front is negative, so we have to change the sign or the sign into the opposite side. Yeah, so opposite sign. Now we simplified the quadratic and we're gonna get this. So why do we learn this? Because polynomial and rational expression is an application in life that used to express the property of the physical, like how the gravity works, that the scientists can use, and we can know how to simplify the equation in math, and we can use for mental math too. The next standard is ARE14A. This one is we learn computing the square as a method in the to transform the quadratic equation. So I can explain all the standard. So fx is similar like y equal to x squared minus 4x minus 8. Computing the square to find x-intercept, you can choose fx to 0. You change fx to 0. And then you change a to another side. We change this into 0, right? Change the fx. And then we switch the side. We change the side of minus 8. It's gonna be to 8. Yeah, it's gonna be changed to 8. And then you compute the square. Compute the square for x. Like I said, it's gonna be like 4 divided by 2 squares. So it's gonna be, so we're gonna get 4 in the answers, and then we're adding 4 in both sides, and then we simplified, put the form x minus p blanket squared. Yeah, so we put root to get rid out of square, because in this we have to, yeah, because you know, right, this one we have squares, so how to get rid out of square, so we have to put the root two side, and the square we cut with the root, so it's gonna have like only this, and now this side is gonna have squares. So x minus 2 equal to plus minus root 12. So you simplify it, and it's gonna be, yeah. So now no need to simplify, sorry. So you will find x intercept, because x is is equal to 2 plus and minus root 12. Yeah, so and the root 12 is 3 times 2. It's gonna get root 12. So the answer that we get is this. Yeah. So why do we have to learn this? Computing square is to transform the quadratic equations. We can apply in life for if you want to be we can use for engineer the xcode and electromagnetic design, or we can create many things in life too. So the next standard is A.RE14B. What did we learn? We solve quadratic equation by using the integration, the square root, taking the square root or computing the square, the quadratic formula and factorizing, and yeah, so to the initial form of equation. Yeah. So how do you know we learn this? I explain. So I solve the quadratic function algebra as a x squared minus 264 equal to 0, right? So we put square and factorizing. You factorizing and then you put the squares and it's going to be equal to 0. Because x squared is still x squared, and the we factorize because 46 when we factorize it's going to be a squared because x squared is 46 equal to 8, and now we get this, we can factorize to this and this equal to, and now we're going to get x equal to plus and minus 8, and you're going to get your x-intercept. Or another thing is x squared minus 9x plus, yeah, this is the, and then you move 20 plus 20 equal to 20. You move 20 to another side to change plus to minus and put 0 in another side. So you have 20 here, you change 20 to another side and it's gonna be minus 20 equal to 0, and simplify together we're gonna get like this equal to 0, and then you factorize and you will get y-intercept, and this is how to get that. This is factorizing, yeah. Oh, this is factorizing equal to 0, and then you're gonna get x equal to 0, yeah. So x minus 9 equal to 0, and so we change the side, so it's gonna be x equal to 9. Why did we learn this? So sometime in life you have to solve the quadratic equation, not just in school but in life too. Is this the basic equation when you competing factors have to be like perfect, and it can apply in life in many ways, such as the if you want to be in the future, if you want to be the astronomers or ecologists, the physical or programmers, you have to use this, you have to understand this too. So move to the next standard is A.RE17. What did you learn? You solve a system of linear equation and quadratic equations. Yeah, in the two variable algebra. So x plus 2 equal to x squared plus 3x minus 6. We solve the system of linear equation and quadratic equations to the variable algebra by moving one side to another side, and it's gonna be equal to 0. So like you move, you do like the easy way, that you move the x squared plus 3x minus 6 to another side. It's gonna be like this. Don't forget to change the sign. Yeah. So equal to 0, and you simplify together. You're gonna get x squared plus 2x minus 8 equal to 0, and then factorize. When you factorize, it's gonna be like this. You have to find something that worth time and get 8, and when you minus or plus, you're gonna get 2 in the middle. Yeah. So it's gonna be equal to 0. Now you have this and x x minus 2 and x plus 4. You find the x-intercept by put the 0 and then you switch the side and you're gonna find x-intercept. So the x-intercept of this is 2 and minus 4. And then you have to find the find the y-intercept by using one side of the equation is this one. You shoot this side or this side as you want, but for me I shoot this side because it's the easy way to find it. Now, and then you input x-intercept to solve the y-intercept. We already know the x-intercept, right? Now we use 2 of this. So first we use 2 in x-intercept and what x plus 2. Okay, sorry, I used this minus 4 and this is x plus 2, right? And x plus 2 is come from here, in the equation. We already know x, right? So x is gonna be like minus 4 plus 2 is gonna be minus 2. So now we find it, this y minus 4 and minus 2. And we use 2 too. X plus 2, so it's gonna be 2 plus 2 because x is 2. And you get 4 and you will find it. So why do we have to learn this? Because application into the business, because financial issue often use the linear equation, and we use the parabola to see the price and the profits of business. So with the two of this, you can combine together as a system and we use in business. And the next standard is F.IF.7a. What did you learn? We graph linear and quadratic equation to show the intercept minima and maxima. How do you know you learned this? I can explain or understand that. We find the x-intercept from y equal to 0.2x squared minus 3x plus 4 by using quadratic equation. As you know, this one, the first one is A, and the second one is B, and the last one is C. So the A is equal to 0.2, and B is equal to 3, and C is equal to 4. This is we use quadratic equation to solve it. So this is quadratic formula. So we solve to find x-intercept. Now you input everything. You already know b, right? B is 3, so we put 3. And now we have to multiply 2 to a, because 2 multiply a is going to be 2 multiply 2, 0.2 is going to be 0.4. And you input everything. This same. B squared. B is 3. 3 squared is going to be 9. Minus 2 minus 3.2 divided by 0.4 is going to equal to 13.3.5. So x equal to 3 over 0.4 minus, because you see this one is plus and minus, so you have to make it the two is you have to make it both is plus and another one is minus. So it's gonna be the same, but one is plus and one is minus, and you're gonna get answers. And the x-intercept are 1.5 and 1.4. This is y-intercept. Okay, why do we have to learn this? Because it's application into many ways, such as if you want to know how to find x and y-intercept, if you know how to find x and y-intercept, you can find a graph to use in the business. Because to make graph, you must have y and x-intercept. So we use linear and quadratic equation to find. Next standard FIF8A. What did I learn? We use factorizing and computing squared in quadratic equation to show the zero. Okay. We use computing the square to solve factorizing. So x squared minus 6x minus 2 equal to 0. So you change the side. Minus 2 change this to other side is gonna be plus 2. So computing the square, we're computing 6x, right? So when you copy the square, it's gonna be like this: 6 divided by 2 squared equal to 9, and we add 9 into both sides. Both side and both side. Now you factorizing this, it's gonna factorize into this. And we plus this 2 together, it's gonna be 11, and then factorize it. Yeah. Like you time this into this, time, yeah. So it's gonna be equal to 11. No, you factorize it, sorry. So, x, this is what you get, right? X minus 3 equal to plus minus root 11. Yeah, everyone was wonder why root is come from, because how to get rid out of square, you have to put root on this side and root on this side. So this side we don't have root because root is already cut with the square, and this side is gonna have root, still have root. Yeah, so this one is, and then we change the side, we change 3 to the next, to the other side is gonna be plus 3. So it's gonna 3 plus minus root 11, and this is the answer. So I can use in future, why we learn this, because I can use future. If you want to be engineering, you must understand this, because you must understand how to find the zero of x-intercept. Yeah. So next is FIF8B. Why did you learn? So what did you learn? Sorry. We solve by computing the square using the easy way to solve equation. Yeah. So how do you know you learn it? I can explain. So by computing the square, this you have y, right? You change y into 0, and then you put y to a 0, and then you change a to another side. You change minus 8 to 8 from another side, and you're computing for x, you're computing the square for x by 8 divided by 2 and equal to 2. So it's gonna be 4 equal to, so 4 divided by 2 and squared, and you're still gonna get 4. And we add 4 into both sides and then factorize it. And when you factorize, it's gonna be like this, equal to 12. And because this and this, you will have the square because it's the same, so it's like squared. And then to get rid out of this, you have to put root into both sides, and root will cut with the squared, and then you're gonna have root in this side. Now you change minus 2 into another side, is gonna be 2 plus minus root 12, and you got the answers. So why do we have to learn this? Because it's application in life by using for engineering to solve the equation, for create the thing and know how the thing works. Next step is FIF9. What did you learn? We compare two functions into each of represented in a different way. Yeah. So I can explain the standard. So how do you know you learn this? Because I can explain this. So we can find the which function give the highest income. So this which one that will give the highest income is we have this one and or this one. So how to find it? For function A is this one. So we find x coordinate over text by using minus b over 2a. This is how we find x coordinate. Yeah. So x coordinate is minus b over 2a. We already know b, like b, right? Because b is 325. So we put minus 385 over 10 because a is 5 and then we multiply 2, it's going to be 10. So it's going to be equal to 38.5. And then you input 38.5 in y coordinate. Y coordinate, yeah, this, we input y coordinate. Yeah. And then you're gonna get answer is 7,411.25. So you will get the maximum is 28.5 and 7,411.25. Yeah. This is wine and this is, yeah, egg. So fine. Sorry for my mistake. This is x and this is wine that we find. So for function b, now we already find the function a, right? And now we move to function b, and it's the same. We use the same equation, so we use this as the same. So for x coordinate, we're gonna get 17.65 because b is 641.71, and this we time 2 to 19, so it's gonna be 38. And now you input 17.65 into p because we don't know it, so we input y, input, and you will get the answer is 5,924.22. You will get maximum. Yeah, so this is x and this is y. So now you can see that which will give it the highest income. So for 7,411.25 is the greater than 5,924.22. So function A will give you the highest income. Yeah, so why do we have to learn this? Because this application in life you can use in the business. When you sell the product, you can use those functions to find which will give the highest income and the price in your business. So move to another standard, FLE3. So what did we learn in this? We use graph to see the equation will surplus at which point and is intercept or not. So how do you know you learn it? I can explain all the standard. A local newspaper have project that the online revenues are growing at the rate model by y equal to 1.5 squared x. Yeah. So Why the print media only increase at a rate of y equal to 3x plus 336x plus 39. Sorry. And at which point the term of x, do online revenues surpass that of print revenues? We can use Desmos to do this standard. So if y if x is greater than 15.79, okay, so I'm gonna tell this first. You already know this, right? For the newspaper is this. So you put this into the graph as here, and then you know another like for the print is this, right? Now you input this, and you're gonna get this graph. And we get 15.79. So in this is, if x is greater than 15.79, the function y equal to 1.5x will surpass y equal to 36x plus 35. So it means at 50.29, the online revenue will surpass the print revenue. Yeah. So why we learn this? Because we can use in life such as in business, and we can use to predict our goal in which point that we will surpass. Yeah, we're gonna achieve the goal. So for next standard is in our endpoint one. How do you know you learned this? Because I can explain this standard. So we use the 10 1.5, yeah, is 1/2. We use 2 as a square root, yeah, in here, and 1 as a power here, and it's gonna be equal to 10. So square root of 100 is gonna be 10, and 10 power of 1 is 10. This one is 27 1/3, so 1/3 we use 3 as a cube root, and 1 as a power is here is equal to 3, because the cube root of 27 is 3, and 3 power of 1 is still 3, right? So the next standard is in IRN. How do you know you learned this? I can explain this by 3 16 3/2. 3/2, we use 2 as a square root and 3 as a power, so 2 square root 16, and the power of 3 is equal to 64. Square root of 16 is 4, and 4, the power of 3 is going to be 64. So, and this is 125 4/3. So we use 3 as a cube root and 4 as a power. So it's going to be equal to 625, because root of 125 is 5, and 5 power of 4 is going to be 625. So why did we learn this to standard? Because, oh sorry, what did you learn into this standard is we will the expression and using the rational and property of exponent, yeah, property of integral exponent. So why do we learn this? Because we can application in life rational expression and using to the com com sorry sorry for the mistake. This we can use application in live rational expression and use to compute the interest. Yeah, and uh, we can use this in science and biology too. For NRN3, what did you learn? Uh, Explain and show why the sum of the product of two rational number is rational number. Is rational, sorry. Okay, so I can explain all this and that. This is how I know I learned it. So simplify 2 square 6 plus 5 square 6. So y simplified by adding the front number together, and root 6 stay the same because root 6 is the same number. So we just simplified by adding 2 in the front is 2 and 5, and then it's going to be equal to 7 and root 6. So we simplified 6 with him. Now is another question is root 12 times root 3. So we factorizing 12 to 3 times 4. 3 stay the same. Yeah, and we can factorize it. So, oh my god. So it's gonna be root 4 times 3 is this that we find. Time with root 3 is this one. This one. And then you factorize number 4 because the square root of 4 is 2. And it will be this square. It will be 2 root 3. And 2 root 3 times with 3. So we will get root 3 times root 3 and equal to 3. So we're gonna get 2 times 3 equal to 6 because this is root 3 and root 3, right? It's gonna be 3. And then we times to 2 in the front. So we're gonna get answer is 6. So why do we learn this? Because we can apply it in life. Yeah, exponents are using in computer games, the physical, PH, or science, engineering, economic, and finance, and many important things that use exponent. Yeah. So move to next, and that is endpoint CN1. So how do you know you learned this? I can explain this standard. So okay, as first I'm gonna tell you that what we learned, what what we did in 3D standard is in NCN1, NCN2, and NCN7. What we learned is imaginary number using imaginary number properties, add and subtract, multiply, yeah, complex the number and solve quadratic equation to know this, to know is it real or imaginary. So for the first one, if I equal to root minus 1, what does root minus 4 equal? So the answer is B because is I is equal to root minus 1, and as you know, I is imagination number 2. So I equal to root minus 4. So it's gonna be, because I, as you know, is this, right? So it's gonna be root minus 1 times root 4 equal to 1 2i, sorry, because root 4 is 2 and root minus 1 is I, so the answer is 2i. The next one is NCN2. Find the sum of 4 plus 6i and 11 minus 2i. Yeah, so it will be 4 plus 6i plus 11 minus 2i. It will equal the question will equal to B. The answer is B because 4 plus 11 is gonna be 15. Yeah, it's 15. And 6i plus blankets minus 2i close blanket is gonna be 4i minus, because minus and plus is still gonna be minus, so 6 minus 2 is gonna be 4i. So for the next standard is, does the parabola with equation x squared plus 7x minus 3 equal to 0 have the real or imaginary root? So how can we find this? We use quadratic. Yeah, so we use just only this here. So x squared plus 7x minus 3, it will be this one. As you know, b is 7, right? Because this a, b, c. So b is 7, and we do same the from last side. F squared minus 4 will still be the same, and a is this, so it's gonna be 1 because 1 is in front of x. So it's 1 times with c that we have is minus 3, so we put minus 3 here. It's gonna be equal to 49 plus 12, because 7 squared is 49, right? And then we summarize simplify this, it's gonna be 12. So 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 61 is greater than 0. The answer is B, real, because the discriminant is positive. If this is the answer, if the answer that we guess is get lesser than 0, the imaginary root. But if this the answer that we get is greater than 0, is gonna be real. So why do we learn this? Because it's application in life and relate into the engineering and physical and biology. Yeah. So for this one is application of standard in other cost. So you can we can use this standard to apply to the PE, because when we play sport, as you know, the PE as basketball, when you play basketball, when you shoot the ball, it's gonna be parabola too. So my picture equation is this, and but we have to add x-intercept because the guide shoot the ball at 5.5 height is here. So it's applied to this standard FIF8A and FIF7A. And this is the list of the website and the source that I have used. You can check inside. So this is all that I got. So thank you for listening. Bye.